Well, this here is the new Maruti Suzuki Swift. It's of course now available with an upgraded petrol engine, a few more features on the interiors, and of course a dual shade color. You get black for the roof as well as different color for the body. Now these are changes which definitely make it look fresher. On the front end, you get this huge chrome grille, or rather bar of chrome in the grille, which makes this car stand out from a sea of the earlier version of the Swift. And in fact, really, there's a sea of Swifts out there on the road because this is one of the best-selling cars in India. And officially, it takes on the likes of the Hyundai Grand and Neos, the Ford Figo, the VW Polo, as well as some variants of the Tata Altroz in terms of pricing. If you're already tired of running from dealership to get the best price for your new car, then you need not worry anymore. All you need to do is visit ecodrive.com from the comfort of your home, and they'll promise you the best price for your new car. Now, in case they don't match the price what the dealer is offering, then they'll offer you an extra 10,000 rupees cash discount on the car. And that's not the best part. The best point is that they will not charge you any extra money in case you decide to change the color or the variant of your new car once you made the booking. So visit ecodrive.com today to get the best price for your new car, and I'll put the link in the description box below. Well, so the first thing that you'll really like about the Swift is the seats. The seat comfort is one of the best in the business, irrespective of what segment, what kind of car you're buying. If you're buying any kind of car from rupees 5 lakh to 15 lakh rupees, few of them can match the seat comfort of the Swift. The cushioning is spot on, the overall support is very good, the seat scope both in length and breadth is quite good. And even if you have lanky legs like me, you'll be quite comfortable. These seats now, the lower support for your lower back is good, and you also get these bolsters on the sides, which means in case you decide to push this car up those hills, then these seats will really grab you and hold you well. So you'll be firmly sitting in them and not sliding around like this, like you do in some other cars. So that's something nice. What's also nice is the layout and the overall design of the dashboard. It's been around for 3 years now, but even then it's looking fresh and modern. Now the new thing is, of course, you get cruise control over here, you get automatic headlamps, but you also get a new MID display. It's been borrowed from the Baleno, so you get a lot of functions, a lot of features on this. You of course get the live G-forces that your body is feeling. Of course, that's something which will keep you entertained. You also get the live torque and power usage. You also get the braking, the acceleration, and there's also something called the kind of fuel you've saved because of the total idle fuel saving. That's also something which is over here. A new and updated infotainment system as well. The graphics have been slightly updated. It's a little more colorful, a little more punchy. It is quite decent to operate. The sound quality is also quite decent. Plastic quality is a little patchy though, because the plastics over here and over here are quite good. Lower part, well, some of them are a little scratchy, and the one over here also could have been slightly better. Couple of negatives as well. One negative is that features have been improved, but they could have been a little better. You don't get a knob over here for the volume control, which is a bit of a miss because I like that. Also, when you put this car in reverse, the viewer or the camera for the reverse isn't that good, and the high definition camera is not there, so that's something which you would have appreciated. And this car still misses out on an elbow rest or a arm box or whatever you want to call it, and I think that is something that Maruti should give this car now, because this car really is an icon. It's really one of the premium cars in the market, and these are small things which would have gone a long way to make it feel a little more luxurious, a little more upmarket. Well, so here I'm in the back seat of the Swift, and the Swift offers you very nice seats, just like the front seats. The back seat also is very comfortable. The seat scope is good and very nicely balanced in terms of the cushioning. It's not too hard, not too firm, and neither is it too soft, so that's something which is good. The backrest angle is good, and these are 60/40 split seats, which is good in terms of practicality. You also get large and adjustable headrest, which is a decent thing. And as I just said, knee room is good, headroom is good, and my height is 5'10", and the front is also adjusted from my height. So if you're about 5'10", 5'11", you should have no issues. AC vents are not present, but that's something okay, because this is a car which competes against rivals who also don't have AC vents at the back. The only negative is that the pillar over here merges into this black out portion, because this of course is the handle for the door over here. So that's something which some buyers might not appreciate on a long distance journey, because the cabin just feels a little hemmed in. Well, so overall the boot on this car is nice and respectable, considering that the category and the segment this car is in, and also considering its own shape and size. It's decent, and you get a loading sill which is slightly higher than usual, because there's also a huge lip over here, so you'll have to lift the objects out and put them in, so you'll have to use your back, but that's okay, because you'll get to do some exercise as well because of that. What kind of score will my mother-in-law give to this boot? Well, I think if she's coming for only a week, she'll be quite happy with the boot. But if she's coming for 2 weeks, then I'll have to drop the seats down and ask everybody else in the car to jump out, because only then will it accommodate her entire month's luggage. Anyways, let's get in the front seat now, drive this car around and tell you how it is to drive. It's a dual jet engine, which means that Maruti has now given you new technology in terms of the fuel injection. So the power output has been bumped up a bit. It's got up to 90 bhp, and the torque figures have also increased slightly. Where you will find that the immediate difference is the fact that it's a very, very responsive engine. Now, even the earlier version of the car was very responsive, but this one is really responsive. So just a small dab of the throttle pedal means that this engine is ready to become lively and move, which is good for people who drive in the city, because you don't have to use the accelerator pedal hard, and secondly, you don't have to change gears constantly to get the best from this car. And now, even if you have to change the gears constantly, it's quite okay, because the gearbox is quite a decent one on this car, and you'll be more than happy to use the gearbox because it's a smooth shifting gearbox, manual 5-speed unit, but of course very smooth shifting. The clutch action is nice and light, and overall the Swift is a nice car to drive within city limits, because even the steering wheel is accurate, but it's pretty light, so you don't have to push too much effort into it, so you won't be tired at the end of a long day. For highway travel, the stability is decent till about 100 kph. After that, you would have, of course, wished that there was a little more stability on offer, because the Ford Figo still is the benchmark in this segment when it comes to highway manners, highway stability. But apart from that, it is quite good and within acceptable limits. It is at par with its main rival. The Maruti Swift is at par with the Grand i10 Neos, which is its main rival. In terms of refinement, this is a fantastic engine, because even if you start from cold, you rev it hard, you're on the highway, you're driving up the hills, there's absolutely no harshness in the engine, there's absolutely no noise, no vibration. It's a very quiet motor, and the only thing that really filters into the cabin is a little bit of tire noise when you're driving at 80 or 85 on the highway or above those speeds. There's a little bit of tire noise which enters the cabin. No engine noise, no wind whistle, so that is fantastic. In terms of overall visibility, well, the A-pillar is rather slim over here, so you can easily look around it, but the rearview mirrors are very small, so that is something that Maruti should have improved. And even the mirror over here could have been slightly better in terms of the rear visibility, but because you set up nice and high, you get a good view and a distant view of the road ahead, which definitely makes you feel like you're sitting inside a mini SUV because of the high set seats. So that is something which is positive. You also, of course, get AMT gearbox on this car, 5-speed AMT, and Maruti calls it the AGS technology. And in terms of overall drivability, it's a decent gearbox. You'll enjoy driving in the city. There's a little bit of lurchiness about itself. There are those little bit of jhatkas which enter when you really push the accelerator pedal hard, which is something which is there on every AMT car. So it's not unique to this particular car. It's there on every car, but it's quite decent. Maruti has improved the technology over the last few years, so there's not too much to complain about. You can also use it manually, you can shift gears manually, and even then it is a nice gearbox to operate. AMT technology basically is for people who want a hassle-free driving experience at a relatively affordable price, because the price difference is only about 50,000 rupees, and you also want good fuel efficiency, because other technologies do sap the efficiency, other automatic gearboxes do sap the fuel efficiency of cars. So in that sense, this one is quite good. It doesn't eat into the fuel efficiency, and most owners who drive Maruti Suzuki Swifts always say that the Swift is one of those few cars which actually comes very close to the claimed figures. Well, so Swift is a car which simply doesn't need any kind of help from motoring journalists like me. It's a car which simply sells well on its own, and not without reason. It comes with a decent cabin in terms of space. It comes with a nice and peppy, responsive engine. It's also very fuel efficient. The price range also is quite decent, and being a Maruti simply means that resale values, after sales, servicing, everything will always be well under control. So it's a car which appeals both to your heart as well as to your head. With that, it's bye for now, and thanks for watching.